Hello and welcome to the Curriculus. I'm a monk, and today we are doing a video for Age of Wonders 4. Now this video is all about the very latest and the first DLC for Age of Wonders 4. This DLC is called Dragon Dawn, and with it on top of the DLC, we're also getting a little update for the game as well. They are fixing a few things. It's not a major overhaul, but the devs have said in several videos leading up to this release that they are planning to fix it, to tweak a few of the things that are kind of been causing us problems since release. This is just one of the many updates. Really good for me personally. I feel that they have actually included this free update along with this DLC, because it really helps just, you know, move things along. When you play your game or load it up after today, you should feel a little bit of an improvement. And a few things have been moved around as well, which I quite like. Now, this DLC itself, Dragon Dawn, is releasing today. Now, you can buy it as a standalone, and it will cost you around $8.39, I believe. Or, of course, you can buy the entire expansion pass, which is $41.74. Today we're going to be talking about what this Dragon Dawn actually entails, what's new with it, what do we get, is it worth the money, and of course my first impressions. I've loaded up, had a play, and you know what? Firsthand, I'm quite excited to jump back into Age of Wonders 4. Now, of course, I haven't actually stopped playing it since release anyway, but I've got loads of ideas for extra things that I want to try out. I'm really excited they've actually finally released a DLC. I think one of the things I'm most excited about, though, I actually watched the videos leading up to this release, and they did say this is one of the smaller DLCs that is planned to release for this game, meaning that the next one releasing could be considerably bigger with a hell of a lot more content. I don't know about you, but I feel like that's quite exciting. Now, up first, and the first improvement is that they have added new dragon rulers. These are a distinct new leader type, customizable from snout to tail, with unique new skills, equipments, transformations, and associated events. Now, I've loaded up and played this, and you've actually got some new pre-made races as well. All of these including the new dragon rulers, which I think is kind of cool. On top of that, when you actually go to make your own race, on top of what previously was already there with the champion and the wizard king, we now have the dragon lord option, which I think is really interesting because it adds just an extra layer to this game, an extra thing for us to think about when it comes to actually making our character and our faction. I'm quite excited to see how these actually turn out and just how overpowered they actually are. I think the silhouette here, the Dragon Lord, looks pretty cool, and I don't know if you noticed, but previous to this update, it was actually really difficult to kind of see the actual boosts and the powers that you actually get with each, you know, whether it is the champion or the wizard king. But we can now actually select, scroll down, and see what we actually get in bonuses for picking these heroes. So again, I think that's kind of cool. And of course, if you do end up picking the Dragon Lord, you will get to fully customize your dragon hero as well, just like picking your champion, just like picking your wizard king. You get to mess around with the settings and completely customize your dragon. One of the things I did notice, however, is that I can actually change the type of dragon that I have. And of course, depending on the type of dragon I have, I get an extra boost for my affinity, you know, whatever it is. So if I've picked up certain points with affinities elsewhere within my faction build, here in making my character, I get an extra point, an extra boost towards any affinity I want. And I feel like this small thing here, this small detail, is a big reason why Dragon Lords are going to be so overpowered, or at least the most overpowered faction type we have currently in the game. Really looking forward to doing a few different faction builds with this option. And of course, on top of the new Dragon Lord that we get to have as a boss, we also get access to lizard folk. They are going to be our new race. So instead of just having your orcs and your elves and your dwarves and your humans and stuff like that, we've now got lizard folk being added into the game as well, just helping the whole dragon nation really get up on its own feet. On top of that, we've also got a new realm map. It is called the Ashen War. It's a brand new realm option where 6 mighty elder dragons are locked in a war. And of course, you're going to be able to meet all of these different factions, meet these leaders, ally up with who you want, and figure out how you're going to win the map. I haven't had a huge amount of time within this realm just yet, but I am looking forward to jumping in and seeing just what it has to offer. It intrigues me. I love all the maps this game has to offer so far, so let's see what this one brings. And of course, we have got a brand new tome that we can actually look through as well. Get some new spells, get some new units. It's going to be a lot of fun just adding this in. It's called Tome of Evolution and the Tome of Dragons. Most notably, picking this tome actually gives you 2 different affinity points. Again, I really like this. I really like any kind of mechanic that's allowing us to mess with the affinities, because as you know, if you've played this game so far, controlling those affinities means you're able to control the game ever so much more quicker. So I'm looking forward to exploring the Tome of Evolution just to see just how good these different troop units are, because apparently we now have units that evolve with us as we play through the game. Very, very much so looking forward to playing around with those troops. And of course, the ability to have these dragons as units as well. Playing with this bad boy as our boss and actually on the field of battle, I think it's going to be absolutely beastly. First impressions of this DLC so far are very, very good. I've had no issues with it. It's worked as intended. It was a little bit late on release. I personally ended up making the biggest, baddest dragon that I could, just to see what it would look like actually on the field of battle, see what it looks like in the overworld map. I think it's kind of cool. It looks a little bit clunky. He is rather large, obviously, but you know what? I'm absolutely digging it. I think anything involving dragons is just very, very cool. This is a fantasy turn-based combat game. I'm very much looking forward to playing around with these dragons and just seeing how overpowered the spells are with it as well. I think it adds a good amount of extra content to this game overall. This DLC, I think for the price, it's only £8. I really think that it's really good. I don't think it's too expensive, and the devs did say this is on the lower side of content that they're looking to add to this game as well. Personally, I feel like it adds quite a few extra playthroughs, definitely adds a bit of messing around when it comes to the different factions that we're going to be able to build. And personally, I'm looking forward to growing my pantheon a little bit more as well. As ever, guys, we are a community, so if you've had a chance to dive into this DLC so far, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Have you been excited about what you found? Did you wish there was going to be a little bit more? Are you disappointed? Are you happy? Let us know down in the comments. Don't forget, we do actually have an active and growing Discord as well. Feel free to join. The link will be down in the description. As ever, we have a ton of content for Age of Wonders 4, and of course, if you are looking for more content, then this is most definitely the channel for you. We will be covering it throughout its life cycle. But until next time, I've been Aman, you've been City Curious, and I will see you in the next video real soon. Until then, take it easy, and of course, as ever, guys, happy gaming.